Hi guys, been asked to do a wee bit of odd little talks, just short ones on safety. So don't quite know where to start, but I think the best place is to start if we talk about the dumbass family. Now there are lots of dumbasses. His major dumbass was the father, and so they had a big family, and there are all these dumbasses about, and they're all over the world. They're in all businesses, and what you got to do is try and avoid them because they're not nice people. They get you into the crap. They create problems that you end up owning, and so avoid dumbasses and don't become, because you don't have to be born into being a dumbass. The funny thing about it is it's a bit of a clan. You can join the clan quite simply by just being a dumbass. So we don't want, it's simple to avoid being a dumbass, and that's all about thinking ahead. So that's the theme of it, is the whole safety thing is thinking ahead and not being a dumbass. And if you apply that rule, you'll be fine. But from now on, we will get a wee bit more extended on that. Now, they all talk about the cone or the envelope, and I need to just shift this thing here, and they talk about the envelope, and we all know about that. I don't actually think that's that good an example, because that's all they talk about is the envelope, and obviously to get to the edge of the envelope this way is shorter than at 4:30, 1:30, 10:30, and so you see, and it's much shorter at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock to get to, and then we never really talk about the outer scale, the frame of the picture, or what's outside it. So I'm going to change this around and try and change the thinking a wee bit to what, to me, being a bit simple, is the more logical. Okay, I'll just rub this off. And there we go. And that's us. Now, so I'll start by, instead of having an envelope, I'm going to have a circle. Oh, well, sort of. I haven't rubbed off good enough. Hang on. That's meant to be a circle. You can't really see it, but you know what I mean. The centre is here. Okay, I'll have to fix this up. Next time we'll get this better. Here we are, the centre of the circle. And it's equidistance everywhere. Righto. So, this is where we start. On the outside of the circle, the plane is sitting in a hangar. There's no one near it. And we could say that it's 100% safe. It's probably not. There might just about be an earthquake or a hurricane or a tornado, and then there also might be some dumbass that backs a tractor into it. So it's not 100% safe, but for this we're going to say it's 100% safe. Now, what lowers the safety level more than anything and quicker than anything? We'll say we've towed it outside and it's still safe, haven't hit the side of the hangar doors or anything, so, and it's still 100% safe. The thing that throws in the biggest danger to the whole thing is I don't know if you can see that, but it's the pilot. So, as soon as the pilot hops in, our circle closes up. And you want to imagine this circle as being like the old lens of a camera that you can adjust and it goes in and out, like so. So, you know, it has shutters. So all the time, the cone of safety is floating or changing. So, okay. So for this sake, obviously, if a student pilot hops in, or if an old hand hops in, the cone moves in and out a bit. But we're not going to get too, it's the principle of the thing that is important. It doesn't matter whether it's you or I or a student pilot, we're just, as soon as the pilot hops in, the plane is potentially unsafe, because from then on he might cook the start or anything. Okay, so we'll give that a value. What do you reckon? Oh yeah. So I reckon as soon as the pilot hops in, it's a good 30%. Oh, this is working, that's good. I must have to dry off this cleaner. So, and then I'm nearly at the end of this, for this time. We can view this cone, all this circle, wheel, dartboard, whatever you like, we can view it as a cone as well. So here's our cone, and it's just, we tilt the whole thing the other way, and it's like an ice cream cone, and we've now, and this is all safety. The whole thing is 100% safe. That's so safety, 100% up here. Now we put the pilot on board, we've taken that much away. What do I say, 30%. So, gives you something to think about. And we haven't even left the pickets yet, but the pilot's hopped on board, so we've entered an element of risk. And then, of course, we taxi out, start up, that's another little element, taxi out, and then we can, we take off. As we take off, there's a big element of risk, another 20%. So we've suddenly dropped to 50% safe, oh no, 40% safe. Once we're up at 1,000 feet, the cone opens up again, because we're above the trees, etc., and we can eliminate this part. Right, I'm going to stop there. That's today, something for you to think about. And that's now flying at 1,000 feet, or well, we'll say flying at, yeah, we're flying clear of objects. But, so we've gone from 30%, we're now 40% used up of our safety, which means we've got 60% to go. So our circle's closed in a bit more. And just to get the circle right and get you guys, so you'll get it when I carry on next time, out here I have consequences. Jesus. How do you spell that? Yeah. So, and what I mean by that is the consequences of when it goes wrong. So, you're up here and you've just taken off and you're 1,000 feet and you fly into a drone. Some dumbass has a drone flying and you hit it. You shoot out to the outside of the envelope and you're into consequences. That'll do.